Ka adu ye ma api pi tang ke bwa ka do suru atu ni long khu ga ye dani no la ne video la ne bwa ka lang so ko tue do po ko mo chi ye abo bo na aju a chia wo kong la kha hu kru na USA rang ka ho cho ho mo mo along abo bo na aju chia wo aju no abo bo chia wo mi no mi po ha na mi to a chia wo mi to ha na mi po ha chia ha bo u te ko de ano na atlano skibo chia wo ji to ho bo USA ra ha blu nga la na chia wa USA 啦，帮助吧，就好了呢，对吧？呀，安尼有了呢，可就好我哈，一样去，每天阿里话耶吃个些哈，不把多，可去，拖出来嘛，很多因为因去个吃我就哈，有懂嘛哈，foto，去呀，USA 啦，可就好配备，但呢，个啷说个路咯，阿我呢，阿有阿吃我，波的嘛阿吃，波的波公啷么。po ke tu me po kong ke tu me achawa chi po kha adang no de na video shima tang kila sa on to sala ma atu chung ne hu yo ya cho la ta no po go cho yo He
doesn't answer or respond to texts. Hours pass and there's still no sign of her. So Daniel finally decides to call police.
Hi there. My name is Dan Krug.
Atu Daniel Krug achigubo avovo na palia kala ako
I don't think this is an emergency, but this feels really weird. My wife isn't responding to text messages or phone calls.
Avovo na palia kala kha 911 kala ha ko ha za hande achi atu ga ko emergency do thwa khu ji thosla yama ani la po thin phang la mo ta ki pitana ang ke tu ye ka ko ne thwa je ya ka yu ye to ga ku yama le khu te ko de phone le ka ku yama le khu achi
We've had threats against us. We have both been targeted.
Yani te yo tong to lo ke kin chin chao wo ha chin chao wo ha ga hui ga tong won thwa ji
By a stalker. Threats have been made against my life. And threatening to kidnap her, which is why I'm nervous that she's not answering.
Within minutes of Daniel's call, an officer
Oh,
is dispatched to the Krug residence to check on Crystal. At the same time, Daniel also calls Crystal's mother, asking her to
Aju me ha ya aju no Chris ano na ya palihan awa wana pali ya ha aku ke nan wa ku ke tu ye nan wa no atiano ba in la ke pali wana me in la ke api pi ka podemo atwaji wo ha ateba ha ude tanki e ga hu awa wo do de awa wana ma aju no no ye ma phong asset me konglang de ka ju phong ko ye to ku ya le chi to bang ya asset achi
check on her daughter, sending her straight into the worst moment of her life. While she makes her way there, the officer reaches the house first.
Believe what on toi ba ji believe on toi no
Hello.
Oh, I was just on their neighbor. They called me.
Ka do ega ne pino na ani ke choko ha wa khwa ya believe on hello ji ya he shi go ya no na ho la ke ka do khola ya ani ya important ka thwa achi ba
Oh yeah, he sent us as well. So
ya de no ku ha ya believe on ma hala ku ha de ka ma ka tu na thwa achi ne pino na ka ha ega ko on na thwa
just next door. Okay.
important
Alrighty, man. Appreciate it.
believe on thwa ko a khwa ba thoa có khoa ya hông nó mà hông mà hả
The house looks quiet, and the officer doesn't notice anything wrong from the outside.
Bali wana do ya popo alano popo I tu chamu ha on kuchi.
Or he clears the call and drives off, something nags at him. So he brings his patrol car a little closer to check the garage, where he's about to uncover a tragic, horrifying...
Yeah, bali wana amoto ha de wa ntiya chi along kulang ke chi kha ke kalang ke along kulang ke adu no chi e ga ndu ai bali ha pong ka ai amoto ga de e ga ha ka ba ke ga ke ga
As the officer leans in for a closer look, he spots a
bali
body
wa ya
lying on the floor,
apia wa
motionless, with blood smeared across the wall.
bali wana ke ga la ha along kulang ke he do do chi amiva chi tong to achibo ni pino ha amiva chi
151 send medical and 110 I need a 4-center. I got a female down in the garage.
Ani emergency agla puku ba ha ani medicare pun ani apu bol ha ambulance ha anane ntia kao ega no pino loki akolia go bo kamui chi ba er pali wona in thong ha ta ya thok ko ha
Brookfield Police!
ha kia ko la chi bia
Brookfield Police!
ino ko la do ba
Oh shit.
yo atula he mui ba no pino akolia go ha kake ga e
The officer steps into the garage to find Crystal with what looks like a severe head injury, so he immediately begins performing CPR, working on her for several moments with
ani ano yana kake pu chi ro khares ina moto anono uto nono bo ga e thank you ba
no success before opening the garage
Cô
door
đồng
to
với cả
get
mà sẽ là nào?
access, but
Cô
instead
đồng
of
à?
paramedics, someone else soon arrives.
Garage is open now.
cô đồng thoát cô có hông ba chứ
Hello, ma'am. I need you to stay out, please.
nè thế nào là gì cô làm một khi gặp một bữa đó là chị bảo tôi chưa là có hoa you know nó thôi ya you know nó mà cái abo bo hana aku nó thôi bữa đó in bo lang cái chú ha phong cô ya phong cường này chỉ thế aku cái tôi ye you mà hala ngerti bo thôi là chú ha atano ro ha dom bo ba ni ma he shi go ba
Tragically, as the garage door is lifted to get medics in, Crystal's mother catches a brief glimpse inside, just long enough to see an officer performing CPR on her daughter. Before she can process what she's seen, another officer quickly arrives to shield her from this nightmare.
pali lo ke pali bon tho ba chứ
I need you to come over here for a minute, okay? So we can work. I understand.
Bali
I
wala
need
ko.
you to come on over here, okay? I know. Do me a favor. Go and sit inside so we can work on her, okay? So we can try to get her the help, okay? What's your name?
Linda.
Linda.
Okay. My name's Officer Zamora, okay? I'll come out here and I'll give you some news as soon as I can.
She's okay.
I have no idea just yet, but I know that they're working on her. The officer in there has been working CPR on her. And I think she's doing okay, okay?
Called.
He did. He's the one that called us and let us know, okay? Go ahead, take a seat for a minute. I'll be right back here, okay?
na ke mo de ega mo ha ani ho bo hi la chi atula ba ga thwai chi ba
Tag out, man. She's got a head wound. I don't know if it's from falling or something else, but probably falling, but I don't know, man. It's a good one.
ke se ji ha de ambulance ha de ni pali ya na
I don't know.
ani ya
No, she's
CPS adu ba ha aku bo thono la ha adu ba ha
While While medics continue working on Crystal inside the garage, an officer stands outside reassuring a distressed woman who's just arrived, unaware that this is Crystal's mother. She's shaking and terrified by the horrors she witnessed inside the garage. Linda would later learn that none of this was random, and finding her daughter like this was always part of a twisted plan.
Type of wound? What's up? Yeah, I'm just.
Oh.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, that's a stop.
Anh em chứ
Damn it.
Zimbabwe abuga tayong ne heba thiyo ba ne ahui de budu hwa ye de ani ho de baba adu ba ha chi hu to ye na ahui bong to ye cho sala ma ahui de du ha ro ani mo abu mo heba phya go ba tayong ne athui do abo bo na
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. The dispatch could tell us the husband called in to check on her. I don't know right now, but dispatch should have.
Idea thwa ma chi go ji de akhia wai then ke ni wono apli wana aho ba abo wona phone ko ki tu ye hala ani wa ka ba du lo chi wa
Visible stab wound, yes.
Yes.
Right above her heart. And then let's. We are asystolic. Yes.
God.
Jermaine, are you good with this, or are you? How recent is this trauma? What is it? This
Husband said he couldn't reach her for
transport. We don't know if it's within 10 minutes, man. Okay, then, yeah.
Husband has not been able to reach her by any means for a few hours.
For a few hours.
Stab wound to the chest. Let Henry know that.
Medics work for only a few minutes before realizing there's nothing more they can do. Beside Crystal's body, tucked inside her purse, the officer notices a handgun she never even had time to reach for. With the
Oh, no balang amomo ayumo na apubuga he mate basango mate wi wana twa tosala ma ania apipega mate me tware me mane jibo onhuji mate ma twama ho logma hu no ji
immediate area secure. Officers spread out throughout the house, searching every room for the attacker. But no one is inside. As officers step outside the home, they start noticing small details that don't line up with an impulsive crime.
Yeah, I don't know the backstory. Husband said there was a.
No la e konglang kan hu chi ahui da kan hu chi
Kidnap her.
Ya ga ani bo Anthony achigo po ayu yisarang no askiwo atakola ye askiwo
Stalking her and threatened to kidnap her.
Yeah.
And Martinez was involved, and Martinez.
Ita chano la ye ka ho sala he ayu atu ayu bo on kiba hai ude gere toma asaba ha thosala ma atashulu ebo Anthony ebo programa to ha ani Anthony achigabo kana ebo Anthony achigabo na ajuha ninkola baba vowa huyama intone in on la yama na asato ya baba atwa de hala no la vadu la ye isa bai kachi ya hinga de atako ani ya ani no ga de apipye athu no ga de ga la so na thwa ya hala ahu no lo no pino no ma pliya ga la khe ba khe kha phone ako we ka sakhi wo rang bo ne baba anao she pi ngpa baba nse twe on achi ne ka do in bung ne ni ne bo de ka on la ko ke tu ye sim ka sa ba kru ba ji de pliya ga atai no bo blang ha ya go ru no bo asakhi rang bo e wo
Her and threatened to kidnap her. And Martinez was involved, and Martinez just said, "Hey, this is a big old." I don't know, dude. I don't know the history on that part. Martinez does though, and he said he's coming in. So other than that, we're just kind of securing the scene and waiting for detectives, you know. See what they need.
The Martinez at Jaworo.
I catch that, yeah.
Tolan ye
Interesting.
lande.
Yeah,
Over.
that is very interesting.
Bucket to war.
Almost like
Interview
they
the
might
two.
have stuck
Jim
out
Murray.
from this way and
I wonder if maybe the door was unlocked. That's how we got in. And then
you know what, dude?
deadbolt it when
You know what? I don't know. I kicked it and it went pretty easy. So I'm gonna say no deadbolt.
it wasn't deadbolted. It was just handle was locked.
I saw her came around, booted it.
Yeah, but you look at more chihuahua, like a morning in
And
water,
a
like a
strip of
curl
tape
at all.
had been placed over the Ring doorbell camera. Whoever did this clearly
Oh, wait,
planned
the good
it and came prepared.
Oh,
Planning
sorry.
to move out of state soon? Pete
Don't you
Williams
have to-
is around the corner.
Wait, the good
Sure to lock
As police
Annie, come on.
That's interesting.
I see the camera, Hayamana,
That was very interesting.
about one
Almost like
take
they might
that
have stuck out
Jim
from
Bay.
this way and
Have a better about Chamo, Annie,
I wonder if maybe the door was unlocked. That's
Titu,
how we got in.
Ununasa, Gajiwa, Ununasa, Atuaki to ye.
you know what, dude?
Deadbolted.
as police continued
Table
searching
ha.
the scene, locked, and a
Yeah,
strip
but
of
baby.
tape had been placed over the Ring doorbell camera. Whoever did this
Did that about one is Jabba Bewa.
clearly planned it and came prepared. As police continue searching the scene, more family members begin arriving one by one. Each of them unknowingly walking into the worst
Looking good,
moment
looking
of their
to our hat,
lives, while officers prepare to deliver the news no family ever wants to hear.
I don't know anything just yet, ma'am. I don't know anything just yet. Are you
What are you, Canula Hurge, they say Canula Hurge?
Family friend.
family friend?
Family friend from down the street. His new house there. We asked her to come knock on the door.
Okay.
I can't go on.
Is her
Quite in
husband
him.
here?
Gaggy.
Is she gone?
We want to give you guys all the information all together. We don't want to have to repeat the information over and over for you guys to continue anything, so.
He said he was on. What happened? What did we do to her? They won't say. They won't say.
Podemos chivo con la aniana Kia, Paliano Hobo Haji.
Who's in charge?
Yeah, me team were a pamba. Me battle high, I know what. A po.
Someone freeze up who can tell you
Eh,
I'll
I know.
away, okay? Our son's on his way.
Is this your daughter, sir, or your daughter-in-law?
That was my daughter.
It's your daughter, and so her brother is on his way.
Ani wo, uwo. Are you uwo?
With Crystal's father and brother now at the scene, the weight of what's happened settles over the family, and it grows heavier by the minute. The only person missing is Crystal's husband, Daniel, the man who feared he wouldn't be able to protect
Ibang
her
ka.
for weeks. Now he's on his
Abo
way
woman.
to find out those
Lo kima
fears
kara
come
na
true.
twala
As they
ho
wait
on
for
wala
him,
ku.
detectives arrive at the scene and begin coordinating their next steps to hunt down whoever
Ha,
did this.
take ania pali achi ake ha.
The killer they're looking for is still in the area, much closer than they think.
So I pulled my car around to the garage just to see if her car was in the garage.
Pali wo na ho ha. Pipi ha ho bai.
At the base of the stairs, blood smear on the wall. And I came around and booted the front door. It turns out it wasn't locked.
Thoga ko ke tu ye.
Masking tape over the
Thoga ma
main panel.
ko table camera da bego che. Ya camera ma te da bego che.
And then maybe she opened the door for somebody. First thing I noticed was an obvious head wound. They noticed after tearing the shirt and everything off, she had a stab right there. So that's what we got. Husband should be here any minute.
Okay, so I need another detective up here. to
Skiwa ma thoga ji ji. Ya skiwa chi do. Abo wo ma si song lang de thoga ji.
working with canvassing. I need you to stay here, and Martinez is coming here.
Yep.
So he'll.
Na hinga na ma ega me o ade matize ma ntwa yi chi. Ya atu wo ke wo ha. Tse go hore na ania. Muki. La ba ho la Muki. Si se mu a jong le. Muki si a wona.
be good with
Nga
that.
cho ho wo yi.
Martinez to work on this. I'm going to give. And then,
Working on this document before.
yeah, and that guy's our name. But we got to be careful of it. We have to be careful. We don't know. So anybody that's here is still suspect. So we need to be sure that.
ค่ะ
Stay focused on that.
As investigators discuss plans to interview Crystal's family and her husband Daniel, he arrives on scene.
With that, I want you and Martinez to work on this. I'm going to give. And then,
Yeah, I do ever.
but we got to be careful. We have to be careful. We don't know. Anybody that's here is still spread, so we need to
Do ever.
stay focused on that.
Ever. Ever. Happy cái gì, hay giả cái gì. Anh nó, bao nhiêu gì, very be careful gì. Ôi đấy, anh ra đây ngồi gì. Tu cái, apipia achikubo, konglang cái, gì. Tu hin, nia pe pangamo gì. Acham pe tamawo i, suspect tamawo đó, anh mà suspect wo đó, tông to atitu ha, hồi tông to atitu ha. Tu lệ sĩ cái mà, pe pangamo, ông work, thế cái tu gì. Namina no ha, hồi đấy, đào la. Hồi đấy xong chiều là, hồi đấy đua là, chỉ để tri áp ha, bueno, hay giả cái gì.
Canvassing. I need you to stay here, and Martinez is coming here, so he'll be good. With that, I want you and Martinez to work on this. I'm going to give. And then,
working on the
yeah. But we got to be careful. We have to be careful. We don't know. Anybody that's here is still spread, so we need to be sure.
Thế sao bữa kia kia tụi.
As investigators discuss plans to interview
Happy
Crystal's
cái
family
hay
and
giả.
her husband Daniel, he arrives on scene, cutting the conversation
Wow,
short,
thôi à.
and right away, he makes it clear to everyone that he's nothing more than a devastating.
I understand. I need you to stay back here.
Khá.
Family's over here. I understand. I need you to stay back here. Okay, I need you to stay back, sir. I understand.
Khá. Wow, hẹn thua miếng có this is my house, hay gì. Apipia ha, cái nơi chịu u là này ông ha, anh cái gì ho, hay gì nên bây giờ nó khuyên một đằng là, người ta là, chịu à, bữa tới giờ mình thua gì mà, tìm một cái khi ông kia tụi gì na, ông tên là giả là, nên cái ha, còn là mình là ha, tiệt sợi không đâu nó, thua, đằng là, người ta là, chịu à.
I need you to stay back here. Family's over here. Family's over here.
Nếu mà tôi cái nó bông ông ha chứ, trời ơi, bà tôi what happened? Program mà các bạn nó cái chủ program ông chỉ thôi đấy arroz cái này. Aku ibu thôi đấy long. Cái đồ rư, cái chủ nó cái đồ rư gì, khi nó thì thì vô ô lan này. Ha xong theo ha. Cái đó hả? Thì siêu đấy, mình pin được to đấy. Cái thì nó hết quỳ vô lan này.
At this time, officers have no reason to suspect Daniel of anything, so they treat him with care as he goes through this traumatic moment. But beneath that devastation lies a cold, heartless man, because Daniel knows exactly what happened inside that garage.
Yep.
And Daniel.
People con là bố đấy là chịu gì bộ avo cho Daniel đó, huế đấy anh nữ chứ.
Is the killer himself.
Attitude Daniel avo na thua chứ.
Every tear and shaking breath is part of his act. One he will continue selling to police and Crystal's family, standing just a few feet away.
Should be a ha. I didn't protect her. Cause you can talk cool, kapang cool, which is chị cũng làm bộ anh đây ông bộ hơn anh nó cái con cook chỉ để rô ra đúng rồi anh mới làm mua này anh mới sáng mua đâu là này không phun là nó đỏ lắm nè anh ngáo Cho tôi làm mà pihu.
As this tragedy unfolds, Crystal's mother embraces
Cái dulu akak cái tua bọc khu khứ chỉ hi nó cái thang sa chi.
The man she's holding is the one who murdered her daughter. Unfortunately for officers, the hardest part of the job
Isaya.
isn't over. As
Tapi
the
tapi apa
family
kacau
leaves
eh?
outside the home, a detective is
Oh.
sent to the school to pick up Crystal's children, who still have no idea what happened to their mother. When the detective finds
Ani pelihana atano hui la ji de atiha chi. Chai la.
Crystal's eldest daughter, she's already shaken. She's been watching the live camera feed.
See already shaking chi abong mura ateng don't know cha mura ari abong atengu ji pote ji mi inge camera ge ha notification ha aka ha hem ke tu hem ke tu ye mi imala paliya awin athat ambulance ha aji po ka de bo kha hem nu tu ba ji thosalai ma po de ne ke in ga ke in bunga ga achi u chi po kha nikhu ji
on her phone and saw enough to know something terrible happened. But what she tells the detective next is what truly alarms
atano no
her.
akong anu ki tu ye
Her stalker
atano no akong anu ki tu ye ama lang sa ha
has been hinting at something far darker recently, and he might have deadly plans for the rest of the family.
My phone notified me of my house cameras going off. There's police at my house and an ambulance, and there's a stretcher. I couldn't bring myself to see who's on the stretcher, so I call my mom and dad. My dad picks up and he's crying.
They're probably about 7 minutes.
who bodo ane atse go hore na atano na ani ke kimara ge notification kha triple check kha ngthwa ke tu ye ka do ya ji ka in ga ke paliya de ambulance kha pata ba on ha wo kamui ji te na ka nong ka po ka la ha phone ka ko ji thosala ma ka po ma khan phone kang ji ka po do ara ji
It's away, okay? I'm not gonna lie, something happened, okay? That's why you're here, okay?
You know what's going on?
I do, but I can't. I'm not gonna tell you, okay? Because we're still actively investigating what's going on out there. So I don't want to give you wrong information. That's the last thing.
atano na akia popore mo achigo e kon la ji won kia ya palino na ahuide confine ahuide ani kanu lu ke tu ye ji wrong information ka pa ko la khu ji puka shi atwale wo information mi shi puka hu ba shi ye ji wo ha ani ke tin pa ke tu ye ji pore na achigo ji wo kon la kanu la khu ji de ahu ba palino no
I want to do, okay? What has been going on at home?
So this kid has been threatening my mom.
kanone ka po ha na imba ga pore ma achiwo chi po ha atano ha akia wada kanone ka po ba ki ba ya ni ba ha chi ashano ga pe go ha ye
Stalking her, taking photos of my dad, saying that he's going to kill him.
Do we know who this person is?
One of her ex. I don't know his name.
Like an ex-boyfriend or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
atu e ma kano sakiwo kon ano sakiwo kon la ha hu wa thwa ya e ga atu la wona ma hu ya wona ka lo ha e ga this is your husband achi na bo na sakiwo ho achi wa moto among wo ye ma chi popia ho le no moto amon chi amon chi asaki rumbo na atu leshi asaki bo kha video ya ani kala aju ano aju kala ha ya asaki no kala ha to imi gare to aku
Yes?
one of her I felt like we're gonna turn on us.
Okay.
And so she's been trying to protect herself.
What Crystal's daughter reveals isn't just alarming, it's sickening. Because this so-called stalker isn't just threatening the family, he's twisting the narrative inside their home. He's making it look like Crystal was secretly working with him to kill Daniel.
Ajun gana ahwara ajude askiran wo secret de ra aloha avobo chia klanji de ra aloha achi atu wona huwa video atintu wona huwa
Manipulating the kids into believing their own.
ya chosalama atasula ko ho de eno na daki hapalia gala aku bwe na karo jude wo ko ke to ye kaskiran wona ano sha ba ang pa karo ba ka chiba chido ha huwa ya egara to ewo to bo ho.
Mother is dangerous while positioning Daniel as the helpless target who needs protection. To the kids, their mother starts to look untrustworthy. To detectives, Daniel starts to look like the killer's movements. By this point, there's enough evidence tying Crystal Keller on the loose. Investigators can escalate the case and issue exigent circumstance warrants to service providers to finally speed up the digital data they've been waiting on. If Martinez received those files weeks earlier, things might have been 2 hours later when detectives finally sit down with Daniel. His routine interview will begin to take a very different turn.
Interview challenge palihana ko
your home security system. You access that through your personal phone. Google.
Me inge camera ani security system na akia ha. Mana?
Google Net.
Wana ani na chi. Ko ke nest service na kaman chi. Camera ami na ko ke nest achi bo service na kaman. Camera na kaman chi.
Hi. Was fixing me.
Anya ho no wa bữa mà cô hạ thính cái bộ ở đây bộ đấy.
To operate this phone and get what we need.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many different cameras do you have?
Camera tahi mana hiyo sih na inga.
4.
Tak beli je.
Doorbell.
Doorbell tak ke.
Side of the house.
Saya dah haus tu kena nula tak ke je.
How long have you had it? For a couple years.
Tak beli.
8 others. All since September. Wait. We had an intruder. I called the police. He came when we had a garage intruder.
A month after Daniel reported the garage intruder back in September is when the stalking first began. And by then,
Camera aroke tu ye peliaga baki report kat tu je.
the couple had already installed multiple cameras around the house, plus their Ring doorbell. But even with all that security, and after police confirmed they had no GPS trackers on their cars, the stalker still found a way to follow them, sending Crystal a photo of Daniel walking into work and texting her about seeing her at the dentist. So as the detective scrolls through the surveillance footage to understand the timeline, he notices something strange that catches Daniel off guard.
So when do your cameras go off? Do you ever have them set to turn off? 24/7. Okay. They don't turn off.
Camera ada paper dah je. Ni paper je ni selena je pegang je ba.
You if you lose internet or in the app, you can turn them off. And you has the ability to turn off.
Internet bersih pun tekelo internet bersih aci ada kamera ani aja off atau aja.
The cameras. Who has the ability to go in the app and turn this off? Lucille, me, and It's all right.
Huku bang huru bang. Tengok lah nak kami tuan oleh bayar ya. Kamera system apa homer. Na tu aku je dek beli mana kaki ke UK ni je.
Oh, good. I can settings. Okay. Oh, just us.
Okay. Ni heroik na.
Arrives at the interview
Interview tu.
room. He's the lead detective who's been handling Crystal's stalking case for months, and now that case has become something far worse.
Martin Z
Sits
aja
down
bo.
with her devastated husband, feeling the weight of the loss they both couldn't prevent. They didn't save Crystal. They couldn't protect her. And now they're here,
Interview tu
mourning her
awak
loss, trying to piece together what happened.
I try to put it to her je. Wait, what you do her?
It's not your fault.
Mana sih ni tiba? Toslam aja baik.
I'm sorry I didn't answer. Actually wasn't in today.
As Daniel breaks down, something catches Martinez's attention.
Gotcha.
Pretty sure because you said that she's been acting kind of weird lately. You know, but okay. Why do you keep asking?
Puan moi tu ada pernah kia aci berubah ating ni biar azeng hunwa boha pelian nama azeng mah aja boha moda moha hendak gua.
Trying to put everything together to kind of get a bigger picture because you said that she's been acting kind of weird lately and being very secretive.
Through a separation period, and this is meant to prove
let her go ha. Ya handle let her go ha.
played a role in Crystal's
Asal tu tiap malah
past.
haji mana.
Tension in Daniel's response, the detective decides not to prove something is very, very wrong. Daniel is notified of their arrival and given a choice. Should he be the one to tell them, or leave it to officers and Crystal's family? Instead of letting someone else deliver the news, Daniel insists on telling them himself. Investigators sit down with Crystal's family.
Tapi pun kia bah. Ani tanong lang bo kia ha, anong kia ha, ayuno piari, ayuno kia ha, itu kude, uvo kia ha. Apo kia. Ikre.
Begin their interviews.
Dong tolo ke cha ke tu ye. Ate se ha thau tha pe mu no lang mo ha. Mura kia ha. Avo ma kia wa to ha.
Boyfriend Anthony. That stalker killed.
My boyfriend from when she was 18 years old. Okay, gotcha. Can you think of any, I guess?
Yeah, what? Isa ya.
Or just RIP. I don't know, I talked to him and I just hung out.
Family member felt that Daniel that detectives decide they can't rule out Daniel yet. Broomfield detectives coordinate with Utah County Sheriff's Office, sharing his name, photo, and the address where he's believed to be staying. Up until now, Anthony has only existed as a name in emails and
Colorado,
a distant figure who no one has actually seen. So when officers finally get a hit on his location, it becomes the first real chance to confront the man they've been hunting for months.
I'm gonna ask you a couple
Okay, as a killing war ha. Ye ma konglang. Apa te okay tu ye. Peliana konglang ke putian wade. Aski wo reng wo lah putian wade. Buat kia.
To see if you recognize any names.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the name Crystal Krug? She may have been Grimsrod when you knew her.
Yeah.
Crystal Krug aci wo nanu da nanu bui de je kia kena jiwa.
And do you know a Daniel Krug?
No.
Daniel Krug nanu de je kena huci. Daniel Krug abo wo ha. No bo.
She's an ex-girlfriend. How long's the ex? Like how long ago?
No kasi keno je.
1999.
Tongkol ko sa kukong. Wow.
A long while ago.
She was my very first girlfriend.
Oh, she is a very much girlfriend. Je. Masa tu kasi keno. Je. Huru no eh. Mura kalau no kani kuli wo je. Kani kuli no kasi ke tu no je.
Okay. When's the last time you talked to Crystal? Has it been a minute?
It's been a minute.
Like since you moved from
Macam mana tiap pun hogo je.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been what, back in 2014?
Yeah. Aja hogo eh. Bukan jona. Isa.
Gives his timeline deeper into Daniel's.
Tadi thought apa apa pikir ha.
Real because
Ega belah.
keep communication
Ani
up.
tanong lang bo.
Parallels.
Said that
Carry one that can give them a definitive answer is the digital hours. At 8:25 a.m., that lone camera records something deeply concerning. Daniel leaves the house to go to work.
Ega kamera ha. Ani itu ending ga ba do je. Kamera tan thong je. Have a baby ha je. Thosala ma tan kimaka ani la malang kharis ko do gamaka na kamera tan ki ahong je.
Later than he normally does, and shortly after the time medical examiners believe Crystal was killed. From there, workplace footage shows Daniel walking through the building around 9 a.m. Meeting co-workers and appearing completely normal, as if nothing had happened at home. And when investigators check footage from surrounding houses, they find no one approaching the property.
Me inga to etga tantra khui tantra pe panga che kimura ga hui de du ha ya popo ma ton to atebo ani apia pa wo me inga achigu wo popo ma ani bo I pyata pyala popo chimo ne ton to ani bo popo atia wo kha popo ma ani on kune che.
Morning. Everything about the timeline makes Daniel look more suspicious by the minute. With all these new developments, detectives bring Daniel back in for another interview. He walks in expecting routine procedural follow-ups, completely unaware of how much has changed since the last time he sat in this room. This is when Daniel's minutes long, carefully crafted plan begins to crumble.
It's alright.
Talk to the police. In typical cop fashion, you gotta prosecute. So I have Lynn's voice in my head going, get a fucking lawyer.
Get a fucking lawyer. Ani kala te tisha mana kalut pa ani pontia ani je bahula ga fa je ani ya blia shini ya de blia ani la hono hu yo chiba imla ga kiru je ba imla kiru je ba.
Right away, Daniel doesn't open the interview casually. He opens it with a calculated trick. By hinting at getting a lawyer, detectives push too hard, and this interview is over. It's clever, but Martin to take Crystal out of the...
Didn't feel like...
Nah.
What I wanted.
Detectives received something...
Anthony is the Gmail. So some of that information that we've been able to receive today is a little bit concerning, I guess.
The Gmail account
that
you guys received with the photo of you and the phone number originated to the director.
Something else.
Part of your kids' lives.
Kena interview berapa pi kia interview berapa pi kia ba kau acing pom biasa interview hek kia ke hade ne lang ke ada do
process for physical evidence
interview kia ke hade
but before he leaves
kila hecino ga
and tells the
ma har ba hang ba
final thing.
Yeah, I want to find who is this. Tonto atitu ahon mo atiji bo kalam kan kanuru chi e wona bobona. Ka to ha ji bo kanuru chi.
You don't believe that?
Na je ho de je.
Fine.
Na je ho mo poto ho je. Just don't stop looking ani necessary bo data now select ani ola chi song chi ba chi chi tu wo ha data li de ani chi ola rene du ola je kya Kaya can focus on to now, amore mo jingo ha. Se se oli hon kia ba paliwo ani imwe no onwa de la kia.
Kids, divorce.
Imos no hide ya obo wona ka pia ba je divorce ka to ba je. I thong kwai je, I thong kwai no to ji ba paliwo. He took my children, its mother. Kato ha no. Po chu mo le no. canon ani hino lo bo tonto ela no atinga ya abono bo Christmas before Christmas ga you hino lo ba ha.
Over the next 2 days, the case becomes the department's top priority. Every available officer is working on it. And this is when the investigation finally begins to break wide open. Officers in Utah finally finish verifying Anthony's alibi. They find surveillance footage showing him in Utah at the time of Crystal's murder, and there are no travel records or license plate pings placing him anywhere near Colorado. Then, the last of the digital evidence arrives, and this time, it's overwhelming. The burner phones used to send the threatening messages to Crystal were purchased with a Visa gift card registered under Daniel Krug's name, and cell tower records show those burner phones in persona in a twisted attempt to regain control of his
Detective,
He appears to be heading back towards his car, and officers believe he may be trying to get away.
This is a detective. Alright, we're coming up in front. Just get up and bump back. No, fuck. Go. Just go. Go.
Motoga apaki mo na tiano ha.
Show your hands! Show your hands!
Belian mati na eba tiano ha. Mito, kita ba ha, popo ma, huwa ha. Henu ba ha ya, ko hon di ko ya hon ba. Khade, ne na, abo bo na aju acha wo chi bo ha. Ha. Hore, ne. Ega, tangke ani ba. Tado. Popo de ma acha chi ye, ega ta po ani kat do so la.
Angels. Are you there? You should say yes when I offer pity. Whatever. I saw your pics. You got fat. You should yourself. Saw you at the dentist today. Your license plate expired. Gotta fix that. Suddenly, Crystal's fear becomes reality, and she begins living with the possibility that she's watched. Who's been harassing her?
Lande aju ha ngthwa aju moto ga kha camera ponta go
installs cameras around the home, dash cams in her car, and starts carrying a concealed handgun everywhere she goes. By late October, Crystal's barely sleeping. She keeps a spreadsheet of her stalker log, documenting every message she gets. Then, almost a month later, a new email from Anthony confirms her worst fears. This your husband? Drives like slow old lady. He needs to drive safe. The email comes with an attached photo showing her husband dating at his workplace. Now the stalker isn't just targeting Crystal. He's coming after her family. Crystal realizes she can't handle this alone, so she hires a private investigator to track down Anthony's addresses and digital history. Then, on Halloween night, she calls the police.
So, how can I help you tonight? What's going on?
Yeah, so I have an ex from a very long time ago. On social media. So this month, I have received numerous text messages, and then today I got an email that is very threatening, and it escalated to the point that he took a recent picture of my husband at his work location, so the stalking is getting a little too aggressive. Contact with this individual was 5 years ago, where I told him I was happily married, I had no interest in what he kept contacting me, he kind of blew things up and then blocked me. Heard from him since.
Isaba kichiketo poco chobola twa. Yeah. No, ina akino ga achano kono hanita puno ni na wo. Kado suru wo.
Either does noticed anyone because they have
on the rocks.
From Daniel's react trying to work, there is no cops getting minutes. Someone approaches the front door, tapes over the Ring doorbell camera, and slips inside the house. Minutes later,
Mm.
Crystal
Oh,
drives
eh,
back
eh,
home, pulls into the garage,
abo bo
sits
ha
in the car.
ina he
She
thote
has
le
no
camera ha
idea
happy te ha je
someone's waiting for her
te kre
inside.
aju ha
The moment she closes the car door, he attacks.
ai ha do
Has no idea someone is waiting for her inside. And the moment she closes
te
the
wa
door,
atu e wa na ho wa do we kare se ga ko dong long khu aju hu he thwa ba je thwa sala ya ma je lo ko ki tong do lo ko ki no ja hala ma ngo ji wa e no na ne khu ji ya e ga na moto ga de he rong khde na abo bo na va ki tian no ya te yong de twin no on twai okay kha a chi go bo ata she go bia pu go cho
Crystal in the head, stabs her, and leaves her
alu ga de ani bula khola ma chi lam pu lo ji la khula ma chi pu lo ji
he'd been waiting for.
ya
Later that morning,
but that twin do alu
tries
bula
calling
abu ga
Crystal
bula
from
no
his office, but she doesn't answer or respond to texts.
khre ata chi go o e ga ko de na la phi bo la han tong tong mya ko ma photo de ma do wa jingla ne on va yu wo ha ma jingla ne on khu pi bo ba to ma jingla ne on hu chi hon he tho ba de la ha da bu na on hu ba ata ko la mo re na ra lang kui anga bo ne yu bua mo he ne yu mo he jingna la ji de da bu na on hu bo ha na atu ni la phi tong to ga he ting ya tong to a pi a pai he 100% phe jing li lang mo kha da u to na ho wa ne na atu e ye ma hande a chi mo ye ma ina atano hono atano hala to bala no nya thela mo ro po chi mo akan sa ano do ya thino ti apo do ya chi na la kano un cha bo en ka po lu ta ta ma yu ha ta te long puni ma la atano ga sit dan ya jong ya pu mo sa ba apo na cho ho USA rang ka ha pata cha phe mu khi pata ya we de share yo sa he sa ba atu de bo ho la